Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you all. Welcome to the explanation of the first chapter of the Quran, Al-Fatihah. I'm Abdullah Oduro with KnewU, the New Muslim Experience. This chapter, as we mentioned, is the first chapter of the Quran, and it has many virtues. We want to talk about two main things with them, being the comprehensiveness of this chapter and also its importance. We'll start off with the importance of this chapter. Firstly, this chapter has been explained to be the third of the Quran to express the greatness of the chapter and how it is comprehensive. Secondly, we see that within the prayer of the Muslim, there are 5 daily prayers. Amongst these 5 daily prayers, within them, they have different units. In each unit, the Muslim is supposed to recite this chapter of Al-Fatihah. Upon saying Allahu Akbar, and putting their hands up and placing them on their chest or on their navel, immediately after that, they should recite this chapter. If one is not able to recite this chapter, then they should say 4 things. Subhanallah, walhamdulillah, wa la ilaha illallah, wallahu akbar. Subhanallah being glory to Allah, walhamdulillah being all praises to Allah, wa la ilaha illallah meaning there is no one worthy of worship except Allah, and Allahu Akbar being that God is great. Don't worry if your pronunciation is not good. What's most important is that you try your level best to say these things. Secondly, the Muslims should take it upon themselves to learn this. When you became Muslim, you learned something new about your Creator. You had an experience in your life which caused you to learn something, and you acted upon that knowledge, and may Allah bless you for that. So the quest for knowledge doesn't end. You should always continue to seek the knowledge of your Creator, and your Creator loves this. And this is one of the most important things that He loves, being that it's obligatory. So take it upon yourself to learn this chapter. You will see within the following videos, each video will be an explanation of each verse. We will start off by reciting it, showing the transliteration, which will assist you in memorizing it and pronunciation, and then we will translate it in English and then explain the verse. So we see this importance of this chapter. The second aspect we want to talk about is the comprehensiveness of this chapter. Firstly, being that Allah mentions His names and attributes in this chapter. And in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the creator of the heavens and the earth, gives Himself names and attributes throughout the Quran and the traditions of the Prophet. We should know that these names and attributes are complete and do not have any room for deficiency. They are unlike any form of creation, whether it's a prophet or an angel or anything that is other than Him, is unlike Him. And the names and attributes by default express that. So we see in this chapter that there are names and attributes that are mentioned, and we will see them in the following videos, God willing. Second thing is that we see the greatness of Allah in these verses. When we hear the name that is mentioned, He will give a characteristic. He will give a characteristic that expresses His greatness and expresses His majesty. And in result, which is the third thing, shows the minuteness of His creation. So it shows the greatness of the Creator and His actions, which by default shows the minuteness of His creation and the necessity to rely and depend upon something greater than them. And this is expressed in the chapter of Fatihah. The methodology of asking the Creator is expressed in this chapter of Fatihah. The manners of how to deal with the Creator and how to deal with life is expressed in this chapter of Al-Fatihah. Also, seeking the path of being other than the ones that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is displeased with is expressed in this chapter of Al-Fatihah. So life in general, and how to look at life and how to ask the one who created life is expressed in this comprehensive chapter of Al-Fatihah. So join us in the following videos, and we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us of those whom He loves. We ask Him to make us of those who continue learning what He loves, and to make us of those by learning what He loves, being pleased with us. May Allah bless you all. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. May the peace and blessings of Allah be upon you. Thank you.